An operator is a symbol that tells the compiler to perform a specific mathematical or logical manipulation. C# has a rich set of inbuilt operators that provides the following type of operations. That's arithmetic operators, relational operators, logical operators, bitwise and assignment operators. Now let us come across certain arithmetic operations that are generally done. First is a plus operator that adds up two operands. And then comes the minus operator that subtracts two of the two operands. And there is a multiplication operation with the help of a star operator that is multiplying two operands. And there is a division operator dividing the two operands. And the modulus operator dividing two operands and returning the remainder of them. And there is an increment and decrement operator based on being a post-increment or a pre-increment. And pre-increment increments the value of particular quantity by 1 in the same step, where the post-increment gives incrementation in the next step. And same is applicable for decrement operator also. A pre-increment decrements the number by 1 in the same step, whereas post-decrement decrements the number by 1 by the next step. Now let us try to have an overview of each of the type of the comparison operator that comes into application. So one is an equivalence operator. This exactly checks for the two operands being equal to each other. And if it is so, it returns a Boolean value of true or false. So each of the relational operator have a return value of true or false based on the condition being checked between the two operand values. And not equivalent is exactly checking for not equality condition between the two operands that will be checked with respect to each other. And if it is not equal, both operands are not equal to each other, in that case, it's going to return a true value. It is just the contradictory part of the first one. Now, here what happens is that for greater than symbol, it checks up the left operand, whether it is being greater than the right operand. If that is the case, it returns a Boolean condition of being true. And for a less than operation, operand, what happens is that the left operand is being checked to be strictly less than the right operand. And if this condition happens to be same, then it returns a true value. And for greater than or equal to, is checks for the left operand being greater than or exactly being equal to the second operand. The two conditions are embedded into this particular equality symbol. And if this happens to be so, then it returns a Boolean value of true return. And less than or equal to checks for the left operand being strictly less than or being equal to the right operand. If it happens to be so, then it returns a Boolean value of true. Now let us have an overview of the several logical operators that can come into application. One is an AND operator. It checks for the both operands to be exactly of having a true condition on either side of the AND symbol. So it basically looks for the same logic that the digital AND carries. So on either side of the digital AND, if it possesses a true, that means 1 and 1, the output is going to be 1. That means output is going to give a Boolean value return of true. If any one of the half of the AND symbol fails with respect to the operands, true ANDed with false is going to give a false return, and false ANDed with true will give a false return, and false ANDed with false is definitely going to give a false return. And the logical operation is similar to the one that is handled by the logical gate operations, logical gates and digital circuits. And here also the same thing happens. On either side of the OR symbol, if a true Boolean condition of the operand exists, that means first half is true or with second half is being true, then it's going to give a true Boolean return. It is same like that of the ANDed condition. Or we can say the ANDed operator is hidden inside an OR operator. So, and if any one of the operations on either side of the ANDed OR symbol happens to be true, then its output is going to become a true output. For example, if a true condition is odd with a false, the output is going to be true. Or a false condition is odd with true condition, then also the output is going to be true. And if in either side of the OR symbol, if it happens to be a false condition, then output is definitely going to be false. So now if a not operation can be applied for any of the two operand conditions with respect to the comparison operation. If where not with respect to a greater than b, not with respect to a is less than or equal to b, anything can come into application. So that is a specific practical application of a not symbol. Now we can go for a specific overview of the different kind of arithmetic assignment symbols that will come into application. So arithmetic assignment symbol actually for plus symbol, it is just it adds up the two operands and stores the results in another variable container. A plus assignment symbol is actually followed by plus equal to. and that it adds up the first with the second and stores the result in the first operand. And for example, if C plus of A would mean C is equal to C plus A, and C is given to be 12 if and A is, C is going to be 6 and A is given to 12. And C is equal to C plus A would mean that C equal to 12 plus 6 is equal to 18, and the resulting value of 18 is getting stored in C. The same thing is applicable for even the minus assignment operator and assignment operator, or assignment operator, modulus assignment operator, division assignment operator, all does the same thing. It does the operation with respect to first with the second, and the resulting one is stored in this first operand, and that comes up as the output. So these are the specific set of other set of operators that can come into C# are generally uh, that is related with the comparison of the uh, like of the return type of the size of the data type, like size of int, or type of the data type, that is returning the type of the class, and an operator type of the report that acts like a return actual address of a variable, and the dot pointer actually creates a pointer to a particular variable, and conditional operator is just similar to an if-else condition that is represented in a short form. And is operator is generally used for creating an object with respect to a particular class. For example, if Ford is car, and so on. And as operator is also specifically with respect to its own alias creation of a particular object type of from a particular class. So these are set of the data type, operator types that particularly C# can handle.